there. Long time no see. Thank you for all of you who were committed to my channel and kept watching even though I've been terribly ill. So I was doing lives, but you were just watching footage, which I will have to do sometimes. But you all tell me how much you love that. So if it's Friday footage, then that's what we're going to do. Now today I'm going to be crafting live. I've just got my stuff ready, things I want to get done. So I'll be doing that in a minute. But first, I apologise if any of you were on here the usual time that I do lives on Friday. I made a little blunder. This is later than normally. And that's because I do on my channel, Everything Dance Your Mentor, I do a random live every few weeks on a Friday. And normally I do this one on a Friday, scheduled, and then I'll just hop on and do one straight after there, which you probably heard me say sometimes, oh, I'm going to do another live now. If you want to carry on talking with me, then pop over to Everything Dance Your Mentor. Now, I hadn't scheduled this one today, as some of you see, it's just popped up, but that was because I thought, oh, I'm going to do an Everything Dance Your Mentor live. And I normally, as I say, do that on Friday. And I scheduled it for the time I normally do this one. I just had in my head, oh, Friday schedule time. And I put it in. I've got a cat here. If you wobble, it's the cat pushing on the table. So I scheduled that in. So I've just finished that one. So now I've popped on to do this one. And you will see Mr. Colin Waffles. Hello. He's on a lot of lives on my main channel. If you don't know that yet, it's New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus. And he's actually one of the stars of a video just posted there. And that is called Cat Capers. He features heavily in that. So do go and look at that. So I'm going to start crafting now. I just wanted to apologise. Just got to sharpen my pencil. And it's just a couple of little things that I wanted to get done. I might as well sharpen that one while I'm here. And I'll show you what I was going to do. Now, I was going to set up my phone because I'm doing it over there. And because I've just been doing the other video, the other live, I haven't done that. And I want to get started on this live. So I'm going to see if I can just pivot my laptop round. Let's see. I hope the fan won't annoy you because the fan's right here. Let's see, can we turn you enough? Yes, there we go. Perfect. See, I didn't need to set up my other phone. In case you're nosy, this is my YouTube stuff. This is scrap paper where I write out what I'm posting. And this is my YouTube, what I'm doing on YouTube. And I've got stuff over here that I'm doing after this live. Now, what I've decided to do, this is my desk I write on and do things. And I found this a little while ago in my cupboard. I've got it upside down. It's one of these for crafts. It's got measurements. I don't know if you can see it, probably not because it's hard to see anyway. Where you've got like measurements on it and you've got circles. I'm pretty sure you can't see it. But one of those crafting type mats where you cut things out and that. But it's not very thick, as you can see. So it's not really good for cutting on. So I thought, well, let's put this here. Because when I write, sometimes it goes down because this desk is wooden. Sometimes you write and you go down these cracks in the wood. So I thought, put that there. Which was fine. But this is still a little bit spongy. So I found this in my craft cupboard. It actually was an old advertising display board. So it stands up. And I had put just some coloured paper on it. But as you can see, I've stuck other things on it since. I think I used it as a notice board at one point. I have put other things on it. So it's messy now. And I can't put this paper and stuff I want to put on it, but obviously it can't have any bumps or grooves. So I thought, what can I put on it? And I found some wrapping paper. I have quite a bit of wrapping paper left, but it's all Christmassy. And this was the only one that wasn't, and it's Winnie the Pooh. So I think I'm going to cover this with this. I don't know there's that much there, so I'll start the good end. Yes, that's all that's there. And then this, of course, the inner will be used for my compost. I'll put that in I have a little box down under this desk where I put the things that I'm going to compost. So I'm just going to cover this. Doesn't help with the fan, actually. Turn the fan off. And I've had to shut my window, which is just up here, because the cicadas are making such a noise. So let's turn that over. At least we've got a nice straight edge. There. It's only going to be rough. It doesn't have to be pretty, as long as it looks all right on the other side. So I stole some sellotape off of my husband, some thick. I thought that would be best, so I can really fold it over. I've got some scissors. So we just need to cut out. Let's have quite a wide edge. I see a lot of people do craft lives, but some of them don't tell you what they're doing. Obviously, if you're crocheting or something, that's one thing. But sometimes if you're one of those people, sometimes it's nice to give us a clue what you're doing. Or if you're concentrating on it, then you can just put a little caption to say what you're doing. It'd be quite helpful, because sometimes I sit through some of them, I'm still none the wiser as to what's happening. Right, we can get rid of this bit now. Just roll that up. We do have a heat wave here, so it's impossible to film anywhere other than here. I can put my fan back on there. I'll open the window and you might hear the cicadas, maybe not with the fan on. Thank goodness I put my shorts on. I was wearing a bikini before my live. I always think to put a top on. And I thought, oh, if I move you around, I haven't done them up. If I move you around, there will be an issue. I'm sure some of you won't realise it was my bikini. There we go, it's done up now. Ah, it's split. Don't you hate that? And tape split. I'm okay at doing things that don't matter now, but things for neatness is beyond me now. This is how I make neat edges. Fold in the corners and tape those down. You don't have to tape them, but it's a good idea. Because it just makes it a cleaner, crisper. And of course, I'm not going to cover over this because I can still use it for that if needs be. It's good to do a craft or something when I do a live, because if no one does pop on in the chat, I'm not aimlessly talking to myself. think I will be doing some more Friday film footages on Fridays. Do let me know if you like that, or if you prefer live chats, or what you would like. I don't know what's happened there. Can't see the sellotape now. Do you call it sellotape? Scotch tape. I think the Americans call it Scotch tape. You call it sellotape. Obviously, that's a brand name. And then when I've finished here, I've got to prep a video. Decided to make this morning. Got to go and make a start on footage for that. Well, my phone's sitting here. Got stuff on my phone to take off. Oh, that's quite handy. It's the edge, and it's got the Disney logo and the copyright thing there, so that won't be on the front. See, I didn't bother looking on the other side. It was centrally positioned, so it doesn't matter. No, right. Don't know if I want to keep that bit or not. No, I'm not going to use it anymore as a stand. Why would I? Find the edge again. Oh, find the edge. Oh, yeah. There. That bit on. Turn it to hubby. Right, that's job one done. So that looks better, does it not? For a writing board. That's pretty good. It's got it looks like it was meant to be the top. Got a bit coming down there. Turn you round and then I can show it to you better. That kind of fitted quite well, didn't it? Particularly this top. So that will look better. And come into my room. Got the board. Now the other thing I wanted to do, Mike needed me to thread the sewing machine, and I was looking for some cotton to go with the colour he wanted to sew something, and I found these two in there, and they're like a type of embroidery thread, I guess. So I thought, well, they're no good to him. I'm going to take those for embroidery. So I've got to wind those onto, I make these myself. You can buy them, but I make them, and I cut 2 little slits in the top. And then what I do, I wind them on, and then when I'm using a piece, the piece I've used, if there's say a bit left, I wind round this way, and then I know that that's a bit to use next. So I'm going to wind those on, and then I bought myself some more cross-stitch thread or embroidery. I can use it for either. And I got this because this is more basic colours. And on my channel, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus, I actually tell you how much these cost on one of my shopping hauls. So I'm going to wind all those on as well. But let's get these 2 done. We could keep them on there. They'll just be better. See, when you get a bit like that, it's obviously been used. So that I would wind the other way to let me know it's not the full length. I think there's quite a few bits like that. Yeah, it's just been badly wound. Maybe I should turn the fan off. Maybe I should turn the fan off. Maybe. So, as I say, it's now too hot to film anywhere else other than here. So my aim for Fridays was to start filming what I'm doing, whatever I'm doing. But that's not always possible. Okay, trying to find the end. There. Right. A little knot in the end of that bit. I'm going to cut that off. Don't think I'm dropping it on the floor. I've got a bin underneath my desk. And I just pull it out and drop things in. That's quite handy. So I'm going to wind this on. Is that another knot there? No, another bit caught on. So because this isn't cross-stitch thread, this is going to go in my box of embroidery. I know cross-stitch is a form of embroidery, but I count anything else that isn't cross-stitch because that's the main thing I do. Anything that isn't cross-stitch, I just say embroidery. And I keep any odd threads for that. As I say, these, I think we got some point when I was running my stage school, one of the yayas, which is a grandma, that's the word for grandma in Cyprus, she had a friend who was getting rid of all her sewing stuff, and she said, will it be any good for costumes or anything? And I think there was loads of sewing thread, so I think this came from there. It's terrible because I sliced my thumb off the other week, a few weeks ago, and I had a flap of skin, needed stitches, and I didn't get stitched. And now, as I wind up, I've snipped off with nail clippers a bit of skin that, as the other bit sort of bound together. I snipped it off, but it's still kind of a bit rough and catchy a bit. So I'm going to try and do it in reverse with the other hand. So yes, as I say, let me know what you do like, what you want more of. The animals are very popular on this channel. The funny signs are very popular. The videos, the full videos of funny signs. Ooh, someone's in the comments. Who loves me? Hey, the Astute Tourist. Hello, Jimmy. How are you? Guys, go and check out the Astute Tourist. He's awesome. And he lives in a very awesome place. Go and check out Jimmy on the Astute Tourist. How are you doing, my friend? As you may have heard, I haven't been on YouTube for months, months and months, and I'm just back this week. I came back live on Wednesday on my main channel. I'm back for now. Doing great, thank you. Lovely. Yeah, so I've got to slowly catch up with everyone. I was doing lives, but I wasn't doing lives. I was just playing videos and talking in the chat. I haven't been live for months. So I'm back for now, but I've got to make decisions. Neither have I. I've been in the hospital for over the month. Yeah, I've been in a coma. So, yeah, we're all back then for now. So while I'm winding this up, let's play. Let's do Friday's Quote Corner. Did I play at the beginning? I think I might have done. Did I? So I'm still winding. Still winding. Let's see. Good Lord, Dawn, how are you? I have comas. That's part of my brain damage. I could just go into comas, and sometimes they can last for days, sometimes they can last for months. Yes. It's part of life. But yes, I did talk, if you want to know more, I did talk a lot on Wednesday about it, because I don't want to keep reiterating, but about life decisions, let's say. I've got to make some decisions because I'm deteriorating in other ways. So I did talk about that on Wednesday, about got to make decisions. Sometimes I appear okay, but I'm deteriorating rapidly, so got to make choices. That one is done. So that little bit it was on can go in the compost bin there, ready for compost. Oh, I got that little odd bit. And this is what I say, when I've got my threads, I then put this way, any small bits, and then put them through the slit. And then I know if I just need a small bit, or I won't suddenly use a bit and think it was full length and it's not. So that's an orange one. That will go in the embroidery box. Let's get another. Oh, I've got some out over there. So another one, my pre-made ones. These are from old Christmas cards or birthday cards. So I just template and cut more out. Ooh, how's Mike doing? That's not good either. Both in my prayers. Yes. Mike has, let's say, arm issues and eye issues. The eyes are as good now as they're going to be. He's had, forget now how many surgeries he's had. And he now has 3 pairs of glasses. We thought there was only nearsighted and short-sighted, but no, he has 3 pairs of glasses. He still can't see that well. He's worried because I don't know if it's everywhere, but in Cyprus, when you're whatever age he's going to be, forget now, you have to have another test. No, I don't think you do a full driving test, but you have tests, and they do a thing where not driving a car, what's the number plate, but they'll be like walking through a building and there's a car park, he said, quite a long way away. And the man goes, oh, by the way, what's that car's number plate? And Mike said he did that over here when we first came out, and he had to change his license to a Cypriot license. And that's how he knows they do this. And he said that was when his sight was fine and he could barely see it. So what he's going to do is park his car kind of in the middle of where they walk through this corridor with the windows. and hope the man goes, oh, what's that number plate? And I can read it or say his number plate. Because as you know, I'm not allowed to drive for my brain damage. So if he can't drive, we're a bit stuck. I was talking to someone on their channel today. I'm not allowed to drive. There are no buses. What's the nearest bus? Probably be more than an hour's walk to our nearest bus. And that doesn't go everywhere. That's just like local. There are no trains in Cyprus. Many people don't know that. There are no trains in Cyprus. There was once. I might do a video about that. Tell you why there's no trains in Cyprus anymore. And taxis won't come up our mountain. So there's that. That's his eyes. And then his arms. Here I have to tell you. It's something about the tendons and the ligaments. I think it's the tendons that hang on, hold the shoulder to the arm or whatever. He's got, I might get it wrong, but it's something like he's got less than 20% is still joined. And they said, don't even now lift your arm up, because every time you do that, it's wearing out more of what's left. There is an operation, but they said the amount he's got left and his age, it's not viable for some reason for him to have the operation. And now the other arm is an issue. And I suppose because he's been overusing it to compensate for the other arm. So his arm's an issue. And he's having physio for that for now. It's not as worn as the other one, but it is wearing. So he can't lift anything. He can't put his arms up in the air. What else can't he do? He was leaning on his arms the other day. I said, is that not a problem? He said, no. But he's having physio at the moment. And then when the physio's finished, I suppose decisions will be made. And we will see. So, yeah, that's Mike. I should put on this, edit this to say an update. Oh, we've done the green one. There's no odd bits from the green one. Put that in, ready to go up to the compost. And so I'm going to sit and do these at some point. As I say, I think I might put a plaster on the thumb to carry on doing it, because the cord's sort of dragging on the skin that's trying to grow over. But yeah, I'm going to retitle this to "And Medical Updates." Anyway, thanks for all of you watching. I'm sorry I got the time wrong. I'm going to get lots of things wrong. But yeah, let me know if you want Film Footage Fridays, or if you want chat and Film Footage Friday in one live. What you want, I will provide for you. And if I don't hear from you, I'll just do random both. So thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate you all. And I love reading your comments. So do drop me a comment. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out. That is so much appreciated. So until next time, take it easy and chill.